Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you so much. San Marino High School graduating class of 2020. You guys may applaud now. (2021) Now I can begin. Welcome, students, parents, guardians, school board, cabinet, teachers, support staff, families, and friends. And the list could go on and on. What an incredible year. As I think about this year, I think about what Michelle Obama once said. She said, "You should never view your challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, it is important for you to understand your experiences in facing and overcoming adversity, albeit it was a pandemic. These challenges may actually turn out to be one of your biggest advantages in the future. Losing your senior year to a virus was not what you had probably planned, but it was an experience that will likely impact your lives forever. More importantly, this year and all that you've been through individually and together, the positive experiences you have had amidst a somewhat surreal backdrop are memories that you will have and perhaps cherish forever. It is all of these experiences that we have shared, both large and small, that may turn out to be significant influences on decisions that we might make in the future. The best part of your future is you will continue to have new experiences, create new memories, with the real challenge to not let a single experience or set of experiences define who you are as a person. For it is challenges like the ones you face this year that are the launching pad for adventure and hence your true advantage. Overcoming challenges, facing fears, seeking new pathways forward, despite the appearance of insurmountable obstacles, all define who you are and who you will be in the future. As you leave San Marino High School, I'd like you to think about the kind of experiences you want to create for yourself. What kind of memories will you make? When things don't go as planned, how will you handle the disappointments and challenges that you face? You will ultimately determine the experiences that you have and the memories you walk away with after. What you can always do is choose how you respond to challenges as you take these next steps on your life journey. Whether you plan to go to college, technical school, the military, to a life of service, straight into the workforce, or take that gap year or two, there is no denying that society, education, and the world has changed. The situation we are living through shows how valuable everyone in society is. The world is finally realizing the importance of the jobs of custodians, cashiers, teachers, politicians, first responders, and more. Whatever you plan to do after you graduate, it will impact society. You can use your response to the challenges presented by the pandemic as motivation to keep moving forward and seeking new challenges and new experiences. Some of you may have been inspired by this crisis to pursue careers in health, in science. That's fantastic, but it is not the only way to contribute. Policymakers are going to have a lot of decisions to make in the months and years to come about how we recover from this crisis and how we prevent it from happening again. You can use your voice, your vote, to insist on policies that create a healthier, better future for everyone, everywhere. The important thing to remember about career paths is that they do not have to last forever. As you get older, your interests, your skills will evolve. My advice is to be open to change. Do not be afraid to try something new. If our world is going to get better, it is because of you. Each and every single one of you will make it a better place. It is your generation's time to shape our future. You have more role models, more roadmaps to success, more resources than any prior generation had before you. You have got more tools, technology, and talent than my generation. No generation is better positioned to be warriors for justice and agents of change, to remake our society and the world so that it is truly a better place for all. So, I'm going to get this right. Class of 2021, class of 2021, be defined by your amazing response to the challenges you faced this year. Use your advantage to its fullest going forward. The world is yours now, and I can't wait to see what you make of it. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Ryan, for that inspiring and important message. This is awesome, by the way. Sitting out here and seeing you folks in the stands after all this time is just amazing. What a beautiful night to bring ourselves back together as a community. So good evening, Board of Education, parents, family members, friends, teachers, counselors, staff, Principal Kurtenbach, Assistant Principal Kassam Clay. Most importantly, good evening, San Marino High School class of 2021. Woo! Congratulations on traversing the most difficult period to attend school in modern American history. You've done it, and you have much to be proud of and much to be thankful for. Truly, you have accomplished something that no other junior and senior high school class in history has ever been asked to do: to go to school while staying home. I think you would agree the last year and a half has been grueling, mind-numbing, stressful, and sometimes lonely. It seemed for months and months that there was no clear destination or endpoint. It felt like we were all lost in a very strange nightmare or caught in a deep and heavy fog. In 1952, an incredible woman named Florence Chadwick attempted to become the first woman to swim the 26 miles between Catalina Island and the California coastline. In 1950, Florence Chadwick had set a record as the fastest woman to ever swim the 21-mile English Channel, doing it in 13 hours and 23 minutes. Florence Chadwick had spent most of her life preparing for this monumental feat, having grown up in San Diego and competing from a very young age as a competitive long-distance rough water swimmer. On that fateful day, as Florence began her arduous journey from Catalina Island to Long Beach, she was flanked by small boats that watched for sharks and were prepared to help her if she got hurt or grew too exhausted. After about 15 hours in the water, battling the rising and falling tide, a thick fog set in around Florence. She could hardly see her own hands disappearing below the dark green swells with each stroke and began to doubt her ability to finish. One of the boats reported that there were sharks nearby. She cried out to her mother, who was in one of the boats, that she couldn't make it, that she was giving up. Her mother encouraged Florence to keep going, that she was almost there. Florence swam for another hour before demanding to be pulled out of the water, unable to see the coastline because of the fog. Florence collapsed into the boat, cold, exhausted, and disgusted in her effort. As the boat headed to shore, Florence realized that she had stopped swimming. She gave up just a few hundred yards from her destination. She spilled out of the boat and tumbled onto the sand, dispirited, distraught, and disappointed in herself. A reporter covering the story shoved a microphone in front of her face and asked, "Why did you give up, Florence? Why did you give up when you were so close?" With tears streaming down her face, Florence replied, "I couldn't see the shore. I could not see the shore." 2 months later, she tried again. The same thick fog set in, but Florence Chadwick succeeded this time in reaching her destination. Reflecting on her success, Florence said that what brought her through this time was that she kept a mental image of the shoreline in her mind while she swam. She later successfully swam the Catalina Channel 2 more times. So what qualities would we say that Florence Chadwick possessed and had developed as a young girl and woman that not only prepared her for these heroic feats, but allowed her to be successful in the face of defeat? Was it her drive, her preparation, or perhaps her self-reliance, or willpower, resilience, patience, maybe a passion for her purpose, or an inner drive to succeed, or maybe it was just being willing to take a huge risk? All of these were important to Florence Chadwick as she set out on her first unsuccessful swim on that cold and foggy day in 1952. But what she lacked was a clear vision for the finish line. She couldn't see through the fog and create that mental image of what her destination looked like. However, because of those qualities we just considered, Florence Chadwick did succeed a short time later, and her risk became her reward. Graduates, I marvel at you. I really do. The class of 2021, with so much pressure on you, with so much on the line and no clear destination during most of the last 15 months. While life's sharks were nipping at your heels, exhausted, confused, and with so much taken away from you, you succeeded. You made it to the finish line. You did it. Now, what mental image have you created for the next leg in your journey in life? For now, marvel in your success. Remember what you've accomplished and finish the race that is set before you. Thank you and Godspeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
To our esteemed faculty, staff, and school board.
To our parents, family, friends, and faculty who have gathered with us today.
And to our fellow graduates and clowns out there in the audience,
Welcome to the greatest show on earth. My name is Luke.
I'm Anna.
I'm Caleb.
and I'm Ray Bear, and we have been selected to represent the San Marino High School class of 2021 commencement ceremony.
Like most things, we'll start at the beginning, waddling our little legs into pre-K and the eventual elementary schools of San Marino, Carver, and Valentine, playing Wild Wild West at PE or arguing over the statutes, precedents, and other judicial rulings on the handball court. Things back then were obviously very serious.
Between pool parties, mission projects, and a never-ending, heated rivalry, go Vikings, those 6 years definitely sped by, getting us ready for the challenge that was middle school.
Huntington Middle School was the first time we met our class of 2021. From our trips to Wonder Valley, Catalina, and Poly,
To the pages of ISNs and Cornell notes we laboriously filled out, for most of us, our days at HMS struck the perfect balance between fun-filled social interactions and a commitment to schoolwork.
Beyond whatever nonsense we were up to under Mr. Kurtenbach back in middle school, we thankfully matured as we stepped into the gym for orientation day at San Marino High School. Brightly colored, shirt-clad link crew leaders helped guide us through the woes of algebra and geometry, forgetting our locker combinations and adjusting to a new place. As we continued into our sophomore year, some of us were met with the two scariest letters for a high school student, AP. Even under shifts to the school administration, though, we were able to survive and thrive as second-year students.
The scary acronyms continued the following year with the SAT, ACT, and yet more APs. Some of us had our first zero-period class and found out that we're even less of a morning person than we previously thought. Still, junior year sped by, especially because it was a lot shorter than any of us anticipated. Of course, we can't ignore the elephant in the room and the reason this graduation ceremony looks a little different than normal. I don't think anyone realized last spring how much this pandemic would affect our lives as students and as a nation. But we are so proud of San Marino's students, teachers, and community for continuing to learn, teach, volunteer, and connect in any way that we can.
Despite unideal conditions, to say the least, this year, SMHS athletes have continued to succeed like they have throughout high school. Boys volleyball went back to CIF this year, but let's not forget our girls and boys teams and how they performed in our sophomore years, triumphing as league champions. Football also showed their Titan pride, beating our notorious rivals South Pasadena every single year we've been at SMHS.
I have to mention the girls' tennis team, who this year continued their 12-year streak of winning league and entered the Open Division last year, placing them among the top 8 schools in CIF's Southern section. Thank you. Boys tennis has been similarly successful, playing for the Titans in the quarterfinals of CIF Division I just this week. Girls soccer constantly shows their Titan pride, including by representing San Marino at CIF our sophomore year. And last, but certainly not least, badminton, who consistently represent San Marino, including as the 2018 to 2019 CIF Southern Division champions.
And let's not forget our girls golf team, who sent a staggering 7 athletes onto the Rio Hondo League All-League First Team, and our winter and color guard programs that have consistently ranked in the top 5 of the WGASC tournament over the past 4 years. As for our other athletes in water polo, swim, cross country, track, soccer, basketball, wrestling, baseball, softball, boys tennis, and boys golf, and to our parents, coaches, and cheerleaders who continuously inject the Titan spirit into each and every one of our games, we thank you for your tireless contributions.
For many of us, in order to find a healthy balance in school, we found relief in the arts. We performed as Newsies on the Nair stage, apocalyptic zombies in the web, and T-Birds and Pink Ladies in the quad. We poured our hearts and souls into these shows, but wouldn't trade the memories for anything. We became a family as we cheered each other on during Dancetra dances. And for those of us in choir, we'll never forget our bonfires at retreats or breaking out into song in Estonia. Although we didn't know if it was possible, we managed to put on 5 shows during the pandemic, 3 of which were live and in person.
Even off the stage, our show still continued in other fantastic extracurriculars. Color guard, drumline, and marching band as a whole kept it loud, not only being the highlight of many school assemblies, but also finding consistent high-level finishes in competitions throughout high school. Let's not forget, too, that they placed 5th at the championship level in 2018. San Marino is also blessed with a breadth of thinkers and tinkerers. Science team's experiments were successful, finding top placings at regionals and stellar individual results in national Olympiad events. Math team carefully calculated and composed great scores for the team in things like the AIME. And let's not forget about robotics, who have long been hailed for their design capabilities and excellent performance on the field, but perhaps now deserve even more recognition for innovating, inventing, and inspiring in all new ways, even when the season didn't go as planned.
Despite being online for the entirety of this school year, the speech and debate team continued to persevere in both competitions and practices. Thanks to the leadership of our coaching staff, we were able to rack up a lot of success at tournaments, including sending 3 speakers to state semifinals in speech.
And it was through these accolades and achievements that we truly understood just how much of an impact our teachers had on our lives. To Mrs. Linton, whose efforts to thwart our acts of procrastination meant instating strict 11:59 p.m. deadlines for our homework, and to Ms. Hiranaka, the understated workhorse of our faculty, who tirelessly leads the school's Celtic STEM research program and robotics team.
To Mrs. Murphy, thank you for starting each class with a welcoming hello and engraving the quadratic formula song into our brains. And to Blake, thank you for teaching us lessons that could never be taught through a textbook, for always supporting us no matter what insane idea we were trying to pull off, and for creating such a safe place for all of us. All of your students are so grateful for all that you have given us these past 4 years.
To Ms. Chubbuck and Ms. Dwan, thank you for giving us group labs, teaching us the importance of both collaboration and egregious amounts of coffee the night before the lab reports due. Tiano Sensei, who's like 50-something years old, for teaching us more than just what the curriculum asked for, and for still being able to handstand walk across your classroom to this day.
To Mrs. Koda, who in 9th grade taught me what an adjective is, and Mrs. Davidson, who taught us all how to write argumentative essays. Every day you come to school willing to proofread essays, give studying tips, and even give up your own lunch periods to listen to distraught teenagers. All of your students are endlessly grateful to you for your willingness to go above and beyond.
Yet, let us not forget the rest of our faculty not aforementioned. Mr. Barton, who worked countless hours with our robotics team into the wee hours of the morning, only to have to deal with our constant slip-ups with the words voltage and deceleration in physics. Mr. Quiggle, who sang us words of encouragement last April amidst the onset of the pandemic. And of course, everyone's beloved Mr. Peter Piccone, famed not only for his unique I teach, you learn philosophy, but for once also teaching us that in AP US history, manifest destiny is always the right answer. In truth, however, to the members of San Marino High School's faculty, it is a privilege for us to call you our teachers. For we won't be able to call ourselves graduates today if not for that extra office hour you held open for us, for that time you explained a homework problem over again on the board, and for those words of encouragement you provided to us when the going got tough. From the bottom of each and every one of our hearts, we thank you. And yet, our gratitude today doesn't end there.
Thank you to the counselors, administrators, and the Board of Education for tirelessly working behind the scenes to make sure this circus runs smoothly.
We want to personally thank our custodial staff too for making SMHS look the way it does, especially considering all the deep cleaning and hard work that they've done this year to allow students to return to school amidst the pandemic.
Yes. Thank you to the parents, guardians, siblings, grandparents, and countless other family members who have inspired and guided us throughout our lives. Over the past year, you've had to become trapeze artists, balancing our schedules, your own lives, and countless other responsibilities. We are where we are today because of you, and we will always be grateful for your sacrifices.
And to every parent and volunteer out there who has made our grad night possible this year, thank you for being a part of organizing what is to be the greatest night of our lives.
As we begin to take our next steps in life, we have come to realize that our lives are like that of a circus, constantly packing up and moving away. To San Marino High School's class of 2021, it is time for us to be the ones in charge of our lives. It is time for us to grasp our ticket to the greatest show on earth.
But let us not forget our roots and the one thing we all share, the privilege of calling San Marino High School our home for 4 treasured years of our childhood.
To the class of 2021, congratulations, for tomorrow marks the first day of the rest of our lives. Yet, whether we elect to further our education at a community college, a liberal arts institution, or a university, San Marino will forever be our circus. So to those who stumble upon success in the future, don't forget us.
And to those who are faced with setbacks, remember that we'll always be here for you. With that being said, for the first time in 14 months, and perhaps the very last time, from us to our beloved San Marino High School class of 2021,
Have a great Titan Day. Good job.
Oh yeah, no pressure after that, right? Hold on, I got to get a picture. Smile. All right. All right, they would have to put me up after those 4. I'm going to keep this short because I think we got some important things to do, right? Good evening, Board President Ryan, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Wilson, Cabinet, honored guests and graduates, family members in person. We've all had a long and challenging year. Therefore, I'm going to be brief. There's an old adage that hard times make tough people, that tough people make easy times, and that easy times make soft people. Suffice it to say, up until about February of 2019, we had all been living in some relatively easy times and had become relatively soft as well. We had things delivered out of mere convenience and live streamed our lives mostly for fun and not out of necessity. Then we were thrust into one of the most challenging events in our collective history. However, as with everything in life, it's never about what happens to you. It's about how you respond. Before you take on the next chapter in your life, please take a moment to reflect on how you responded this past year and a half. Did you make the most of the moments that you got? Did you decide to find the opportunity in this crisis? Did you become tougher? My hope for you is that you took nothing for granted, that you lived every moment being fully present. My hope is that you took advantage of the opportunity to connect more with your family and yourself. As you move forward into a truly uncharted world, I have no really sage advice for you other than this. Continue to assemble your life yourself, action by action, day by day. Do what's in front of you and do it well. Whether that's simply getting up to make your bed, and we now know that most of you don't do that, or if it's to take time to spend with a true friend who needs you as much as you need them. You've learned that you are not guaranteed anything, and that you'll get nothing more than the moment that you're in and the people that you're with right now. So please, please, please remember to always make the most of both of them. Thank you and good luck, and congratulations to the class of 2021. Mrs. Ryan, I, as principal, certify that these students have met all the requirements for graduation from San Marino High School, and for the purpose of awarding their diplomas, I present you the class of 2021.
Caitlin Chung. Ray Whitney Bear. Phoebe She Ko. Caleb Leanne. Karis Chung. Anna Catherine Mueller. Amanda Dingman. Luke Edward Jane. Vahini Garamella. Wei Li Wang. Hannah Raquel Meredith Ang. Shannon Olivia Tiu. Matthew Nicholas De La Torre. Chloe Jane Wilson. Nathan Alexander Fajardo. Rylan Dex Repetti. Samuel Joe Fu. Ann Liu. Sezong Jeffrey Dang. Cassidy Tran. Arthur Feroyan. Jasmine Lee. Philip Bowles. Matthew Christopher Snyder. Colby Fang. Jiping Lee. Clarissa Ayala. Amanda Wenchi Lee. Alec Gabriel Kabalinen. Amber Jacqueline Fung. Derek Chan. Isabella Angelica Lee. William Arthur Ford V. Alfred Ruiz Martinez. Valentin Arambula. Seth Jorge Ruiz. Jeffrey Corky Consaneri. Shin Yu Wu. Evan Chen. Chen Lin Chow. Jessica Chan. Chui Zhang. Jinshi He. Chadney Che He Lim. Ethan Kuo. Julian Spillman. Jordan Barry Evans. Sophia Bell Tran. Erin Grace Hill. Logan Raymond Pham. Victor James Juan. Ryan John Teicherian. William Chandler Daves. Ethan Nicholas Sim. Sonia Rose Silvera Deshays. Malika Zayamorshed Bake. Faye Havana Ann. Madison Claire Washerman. George Andrew Eidinger. Jillian C. Elise Noel Hong. Karen Lee. Amelia Kung. Z Zhao. Kelly Elizabeth Chang. ZZ Young. Sophie Fleming. Isabel Ivani Sue. Bella Anai Escobar. Karen Avery Page. Sophia Avila. Kari Miller. Kashleen Dunn. Jessica Elisa Van Fossen. Victor Charles. Parsa Lahudi. Isabella Rose Giardina. Lily Tong. Megan Marie Godero. Alyssa Yuzin Navarrete. Caitlin Elizabeth Green. Elizabeth Ava Soleto. Ella Greer Graham. Megan Samantha Wong. Jonathan Robert Karkoffi. Jordan Sanchez. William Edwin Kiefer. Julian Thomas Z. Matthew Ryan Kwok. Dexter George Wynn. Matthew Karapetian. Catherine Emmeline Lidol. Paolo Abramo Domingini. Kenzie Lauren Tokuchi. Andrew Karapetian. Blake Randy Pack. Luke Reginald Dominique. Charles Edward Sutherland. Urena Ishii. Craig McLaurin Swan. Brandon Carr. Radet Zerahun Reda. Ben Guo. Madeline Julia McClam. Ja Hu. Austin Joshua Wong. Tavis Wilson Chen. Matthew George Lee. Avery Julianne Cabot. Justin Lee. Mary Jane Lagasse Airy. Kyle Osel Lee. Kira Francis Glass. Sarah Scott Mao. Mackenzie Juliet Dawes. Ji Hong Moon. Leela Diane Anvakar. Susan Yang. Evelyn Chen. Patrick Lee. Sandra Chai. Yawin Liu. Brent Shea. Jacqueline J. Zai. Ryan Coe. Justin Kenneth Liam Sumiaga. Cole Martin Cribbs. Christopher Powers. Clancy Nicole Carr. Jack Kelly Moffitt. Asia Lee Griffith. Isabella Victoria Say. Megan Ashley Chow. Margaret Laura Saldivar. Andrea Celine Covarrubias. Haley Lee Yu. Dora Chang. Lillian Helen Snare. Cody James Pooh Hurd. Scott Johnson Ulrich. Jalen Shu. Augustine Land. Wesley Hung. Hobson Ho Ting Lao. Yu Yang Feng. Ethan Mo. Holden Jose Kenny. Po Wei Lu. Ryan Galt Gertminian. Jeffrey Darren Wang. Valerie Lowe. Susie Lennox. Gerard Michael Cadalar. William Hayden Marsh. Justin Jalen Chen. Alan Tang. Ryan Hone Sean Chan. Emily Ting. Shijuan Hu. Destiny Renee Pierre. Winter Davis Horton. Nicholas Dan Singhal. Angelus K. Kapuris. Andrew Austin Sutherland. Ethan Chen. Emily Sun Lee. Jacqueline Jeffries. Danielle Joel Kisasul. Nina Coe. Henry Johanna Vitan. Luke Vladimir Duncan. Chloe Kaylani Wong. Jonathan Fong. Stephanie Lam Wong. Nathan Thomas G. Mia Oiwa Park. Cole Young Campagnolo. Alina Rachel Sanuk. Brendan Serling. Isabel Yvonne Miranda. Matthew Gregory Yam. Peyton Cheryl Talt. Brian Z. Sy. Zoe Giselle Mendoza. Christopher Emmerich Duenas. Caitlin Ann Moreland. Pacey G. Thayer Marjorie Talt. Troy Takashi Shu. Sean Lewis O'Brien. Marcus Christopher Buenaventa. Nathan Yen Wu. Liam Anton Fakurian. Karis Lamb. Jackson Dane Heron. Andrew Jeffrey Yim. Nicholas Hugh Derrick. Stephen Glover Talt. Joseph Scott First. Harry Stoltz. Ryan Jacob Brom. Gavin Palinick. Jonathan Shea. Johnny Q. Nicole Aaron Chow. Hunter Paul Modine. Catherine Corzo. Bryce Pablo Mendoza Tobiano. Justice Maximilian Beck. Malia Rose. Alicia Esmeralda Alvarado. Luca Wick. Marissa Marie Policarpo. Bernard Curtis Santana. Madison Hang Young Hong. Diana Wang. Ethan Yichang Chen. Lemuel Lee. Julianne Chen. Keenan Tokasoji. Sorry. Ethan Doe Carver. Tiffany Yan. Henry Lin. Alexandria Noel Rubin. Harrison Kenneth Wendling. Isaac Andrew Roberts. Nicholas Luke Parwar. Bernard Kinsey Sue. William Yu. Jade Yi Wong. Emily Yu. Angelina Young. Mia Lee Yi Saw. Marley Jade Stark Moniz. Alexander Ramsey. Ya Shin Shea.
Please stand for the alma mater. Class of 2021, please celebrate by turning your tassels. Then you will toss your caps on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.